Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For 6 years, I had the honor of being Larry's friend and serving with him, and whether it was in Washington, D.C. or Atlanta, Georgia, at a legislative conference or here in this chamber, his warm and welcoming smile was always present. And we all know that Larry suffered for many years and fought a great fight. But in the last year, he clearly was hurting. And we drove home several times together, and he would never complain. Wasn't a complainer, was a man's man. And he would just, you could tell he was hurt and he would wince, but he would never, ever, ever say how he was feeling. And he was really good-natured. For those who didn't know Larry, he could tease you with that smile and you wouldn't get mad. And you could tease him back. I remember one night we were here late, cabin fever, you're all cooped up here, you're getting a little crazy. And people sit back and they sometimes take off their shoes. It's late at night. It's 11:30 at night, 12 o'clock. And so Representative Florence laughed, and I decided one night to rearrange people's shoes. And Larry sat in the front over there in the corner, and he's minding his own business. He was always working in here. And he'd look up and say something, tease you, but always working. So I noticed that Representative Sawyer was talking to Representative Cafaro. So I had an opportunity to do some arranging. So I took her shoes, and the one spot I could see that was purely open. So as I went over to Larry's and I slipped them under his desk, he wasn't looking. And about an hour later, Representative Sawyer says, "Where's my shoes?" And I, being the gentleman I am, I offered to help her find it. And I waited about 20 minutes. And then I made my way towards the door. And I know she was there, still looking. And Larry's head was down on his desk. And I pulled his shoes out. And I alerted Representative Sawyer to what I found. And she looked at him. She said, "Larry Miller." And Larry just looked for about 2 seconds. He turned bright red, and then he realized that someone was being a wise guy and that he'd been had. And he just said, "Fast, Freddie, you're a wise guy." And he just put his head down. But he never got mad. That was Larry. He didn't throw me under the bus and say, "Camillo did it." He just laughed and took it and went back. He was such a good guy, a good soul, and we all loved him. And, we certainly miss him. And to his family, our condolences. I know you all miss him too. So may God love and bless Larry Miller.